you know, roaming heroes and such, like he can still play that. Well, they gave him Clockwork.
Yeah.
They gave him a pretty good game to play a Clockwork too. Like you had opportunities to be able to roam around the map, and he wasn't able to connect with any of his rotations. Basically, wasn't able to kill Weehaw. There was a rotation down to bottom lane where they had Kuro dead to rights. He ran down the side of the jungle, and for whatever reason, Exodus Vampire blocked himself by running into the trees as well, into Treants. So yeah, I don't know. They if I'm FNG, I'm getting mad as hell.
Yeah.
I'm telling my team, y'all need to step it up. And I was interested to see what the hell was going to happen with this opener, because they left a lot of heroes out.
Yeah,
there.
they did. They banned out Bat and Clock from the previous game.
FNG's just like, God damn it, guys! You guys I'm picking your heroes. You're not playing them. Watch what happens. I'm gonna ban your heroes away. What do you think about that, huh? You gonna play good now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Snapfire Timbersaw.
Yeah. Timber a bit of a block pick for sure, I'd say, because that's been an opening 2 pick for Gambit, for VP at this tournament, and has looked pretty potent when you can get it and then ban out some of those counters. I imagine Gambit were planning on picking this and suddenly like, oh, whoa, what do we get now?
Yeah, because it feels like they block picked the Enchantress, making sure that Kuro can't open with that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen FNG play it as well, but yeah, they seem to be a little lost. Normally, you've got your openings at least somewhat planned out, but they're taking into their bonus time for the second pick quite heavily.
All right, hear me out.
All right, go. I'm listening.
Y'all seen Core Silencer lately?
No. How good is it?
Not very. But it is good versus both those heroes. I'm just saying, if FNG wants to take a trip on the wild side, we could see that later down the line. No, it's kind of rough because Timbersaw and Snapfire are both heroes that you need like very specific counters to, and the best one for both, or not best, but one of the best ones is Nyx's Assassin, which is obviously always banned out in the first 3. So,
The other one is
like
Clockwork, I guess. Also banned.
All these Timber games we've seen it from VP and Gambit, they pick it when they have first pick. So they get that last pick of the first stage, and then they instantly ban the Slark. Like the Slark +1 usually, that to protect their Timber pick. If you want the Slark, you had to pick it in this first stage.
yeah.
Obviously, it's like, how good is Slark going to be? It is one of the best heroes as far as playing against Timbersaw, I feel.
But what if you're not laned against the Timbersaw?
Yeah,
That is like
key.
a Nigma specialty. I like the fact that they're putting mind control on the Timbersaw more. I think it was like a gap that was missing. So they've shifted that way. But again, Weehaw, Miracle, they both play the Timbersaw as well. So, you know, they could just as easily switch it up.
There was a memorable game early in the tournament where both teams really wanted the right lane matchup, so their side lane cores were just jungling, and the supports both had 1v1 lanes. And I feel like we could almost be in store for something like that, because Gambit at all costs want their Slark versus Timber matchup in lane. Otherwise, you don't pick the Slark.
Yeah. You're 1 billion% banning away Void, right? Void plus Timbersaw and Granny, natural synergy, plus then there's a Void against Slark, which, you know, that matchup can go both ways, but as long as you've got damage to put into the Chronosphere, Slark hates that.
I am mostly surprised to see Lifesteal untouched. Is it still, like, is it okay to play against Slark? If you're Nigma?
I think the other 2 cores are worse to play against.
Okay.
Again, I think Void is incredibly strong, but Phantom Lancer is a hard hero for Slark to play against. You have to have like a significant net worth advantage, and your only real advantage is that you can pounce onto him and lock him down from his doppelganger.
Yeah. To me, it says a good thing about Gambit's mindset right now is they're not just overreacting from last game too.
Yeah.
I feel like some, like, you know, lower tier teams would just be like, oh, we lost it, we got to ban it now because they need a carry still. But as Cap said, realistically, playing against the Void would have been way worse. The same for the PL, one of the best carries to play into Slark.
All right, well, now you've got a very good Slark threat. With that Earthshaker pickup, the instant initiation combined with lots of damage to throw in. It's a pretty powerful support duo as well. in that they're both able to. They've got both really long range damage to put in, both a lot of team fight, but they're also like really protective supports in a way, right? You've got both Cookie and Fisher that can be used defensively to protect heroes that are being gone on. Right now, there's a lot of single target damage from both Slark and Enchantress.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, okay. That's a Shacklo special.
Yeah, and it's a Timbersaw answer.
Yeah, I don't mind this. They have no team fight at this stage, which is definitely a bit of a concern because we saw that same problem last game. They had no team fight. They last picked a Kunkka to maybe try and give them at least something. But then once Nigma started 5-manning, yeah, you could see like, oh, we can't fight into this lifesteal. We have 4 heroes playing pick off, split push kind of style.
I feel like one of the only reasons you can feel comfortable picking Doom, though, right now is just because you've seen both supports and there is no save mechanism.
Yeah.
Once you introduce a 5 position that saves you against Doom, that hero feels a lot worse right now. So there are still some like cores that can save you, like OD Imprisonment, like Lifestealer and Fest, and like those sort of things. But it's a lot harder to play that against Doom.
Mm-hmm. So which heroes do you guys think Nigma is contemplating at this moment? This time around, they do get overall last pick, so they might want to save Weeha's hero for then, depending on who they want to give the priority.
I think they're probably considering Miracles here right now. The anti-mage, to me, is still viable.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine against the Slark. Like, you're not countered by the Slark. He can't really kill you. You don't really counter him by any means, but... Medusa doesn't feel good against the Slark, I don't believe.
Dire team.
It's a Leshrac.
Yeah.
Like, keep it open with that as well.
Hero.
Yeah. This hero shreds through Slark with the AoE damage.
And it's also a hero that can pressure a Doom lane really well.
Yep.
When you pick up a kind of passive Earthshaker support like this as a 4 or 5 does not have a lot of impact in the lane. But if you pick up a core that's strong enough, then a simple Fisher block that doesn't do any damage can actually impact the lane a lot.
Well, also a neat pick because it can go mid theoretically if they do decide the best pick for the game is going to be some kind of miracle safe lane farmer. They can run a Lesh mid.
All right, well, Excess Vampire gets another signature hero for him. This is one of his most picked heroes, I believe.
This is his redemption game. He needs to step it up.
Yeah, he does. And if this is the hero for him, then I'm all for it because this is a playmaking hero. It's what they need.
I don't know if redemption might be too strong of a word here, Gods. I'm going to say this is his game to prevent himself from getting kicked. Not fully redeeming himself, just keeping himself in the game, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Prove himself.
He's still got the minor to go, you know. They're not going to kick him before then, right?
Are you sure? No.
Oh, wait, that's happened before.
It has happened. And there's some
Nobody in their right mind would do something like that.
position 4 free agents out there.
There is.
Dire team.
The puck last ban coming out for Nigma. We are looking for an FN hero.
God, this looks like a Meepo game for Nigma, I think, if you don't ban that, maybe. You always got to consider it when you're versing them. If you're looking at mids, that can scale and be your objective taker because you have this safe lane Lesh. You might be afraid of it. Like, right now, none of the heroes deal with Meepo well at all.
10 seconds remaining.
Some of the most go-to
5 seconds
FN
remaining.
heroes. Like he was a big QoP player, similar to Puck. We've seen like no Storm Spirit, by the way.
No, we
at
saw
this
ban
event.
previous game.
What?
But that's about it. Like, we see him banned sometimes. It's very risky to go for something like a Queen of Pain or even Shadow Fiend or something if you're Gambit, because there is the chance that Nigma is just going to counterpick you, right? They're just going to put Leshrac safe lane.
Dire team pick.
They ban out the Medusa still, pick up the Pugna.
It's good. They definitely needed some more damage with this Slark Doom cores. You're not really bursting anyone down. Pugna gives you at least some additional kill threat.
Yeah, they definitely need like a very mid-game sort of hero, which is where like those Quaps, Linas, those sort of heroes would fit in. Pyjamas has that special benefact of being able to counter a lot of intelligence heroes with his ward, but other than that, I don't feel like super great about this pickup, just because I don't know how well they can protect the Pyjamas. And now it's going to get a whole lot harder when a Naga Siren strolls up to a team fight. Plus, now I don't think they have, like, this Gambit lineup does not have a whole lot of lane shove, and that's a problem specifically against, like, Naga Siren split push lineups, right? Where you struggle to be able to push the lane outs and get enough map control that you can group up.
Yeah, they banned the PL against the Slark. I feel like Naga is, we've not been seeing much of it, but it's kind of just like a slightly lower tier than the PL, but does a very similar thing. But does one thing much better, which is the lane shove. And yeah, I don't, this feels like a really tough game for Gambit to address this Naga Siren.
So we've established Nigma won the draft, but Gambit still has a chance to prove that they can play and strategize at the same level as Nigma. What needs to happen for them to be able to play their strategy?
For me, it's all about the lanes. Get those hero matchups. You pick this Slark first two against the Timber. You need to get that lane matchup. You need to come out on top. Doom's a really strong laning hero as well. They have very poor team fight, I feel like, on Gambit's side. So win these lanes, get some good matchups, and kind of snowball from there.
Even more specifically to me is the XS Vampire FN duo. I think that they've got to accomplish more in the mid lane than they did last time around, because I think it's actually more beneficial this game. A Leshrac could run over this lineup. It's good against Slark. It's good against Enchantress. If it's far enough ahead, it doesn't care about Doom. They gotta make sure that WeHa isn't too big.
All right, once again, look at that middle lane then. But again, this time maybe especially also don't forget about the Farmer Miracle somewhere on the side, because that may just be your doom. This is elimination on the line. Game 2 coming your way with OD Pixel and his co-caster.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, indeed, I'm here with Lacoste, getting ready for Game 2 between Nigma and Gambit. We see the draft, the panel, they didn't seem very hopeful for what Gambit has. I mean, from your perspective, looking at the draft, what do you think Gambit's trying to do with this lineup, and can they do it against the heroes that Nigma has?
Make our day quick. They have no team fight, no catch with the Doom. Like, you want to have something like a Disruptor, like a Glimpse, a lot of the stuns, people who are good chasing. Otherwise, you're just going to get Fisher blocked or Naga Siren. You do not have a clear target in this game, and it's not a good Slark game. They picked a lot of the counters. There's too much AoE spells that can be thrown without targeting the heroes. You have Timbersaw, you have Leshrac, one of the hardest counters to Slark. Yeah,
I mean, as you say, looking at the Slark, what he's going to have to build this game, he is going to need quite an early BKB to get anything done in these team fights, surely.
For sure.
Yeah. Like, fighting without it, it's going to be sort of borderline impossible. So we'll see sort of what timings Gambit can hit, as, of course, it's an all-important game to keep them going. And my goodness, didn't expect that one. Did you?
Definitely not.
Miracle Snapfire. All right, okay, so let's just confirm what everyone else is doing. It is, okay, just sort of that's the switch-up. Kuro's playing the Lesh. WeHa's back on a Timber. Mind Control, Naga Siren. All right, okay. Let's see. Last time, they sort of did this sort of role switch around.
It did not end up well.
It did not. This time, it's not as crazy, right, as the switch that we saw earlier, really, is it? Or well, we'll see. We'll see what Miracle's going to do on the Snapfire and see sort of what priorities are going to be taken. But as it does look, it's going to, Kuro is going to be playing this Lesh as a core, by the looks of it, right?
Yeah, looks like it, judging by his Q. Wants to get a couple of null talismans. V, of course, mid lane on that Timbersaw mind control. Maybe he just has better illusion control, Well,
let's see. Yeah, see what his micro control's like as the Naga Siren. And very interested to see Nigma do this. Obviously, their draft earlier was definitely a topic of conversation. And this one, I mean, they're definitely sort of doing this to show that they can do this.
Yeah.
But if it falls flat on their face the second time today, people are going to be pointing fingers and having a bit of a chuckle.
If Nigma loses this game, we're going to rename Kyle to Kyle is always angry instead of wrong.
Oh, yeah, Kyle's going to be fuming backstage. Wow, this is, yeah. I mean, I would say we didn't expect it, but hey, you know, they did it in Game 2 last series. They're doing it in Game 2 here. So, well, let's sort of sit back and watch and see how it all pans out for Nigma. As indeed, Kuro is going to be here on the top lane trying to farm away, and we'll be backed up by the support of Miracle and GH. Set up with the Fisher, into the stun. A bit of harassment here onto Dream, as Dream will try his best to run. They're going to chase this. He has got the level 1 pounce.
That's not what you want to have. Level 1 pounce.
No.
While the enemy is tri-laning you. Also good body blocks, some harassment on FNG's Enchantress. If they decide to keep this tri-lane, position 4 hero from Gambit needs to rotate top.
Yeah, it's going to be far too hard for Dream really to get anything done against these three. Especially said with the pounce, sure he can keep himself safe, but he's never really going to get the chance to get in close to the heroes and try and go for the creeps themselves. As they're diving in, they've got the stuns. Do they have quite the burst to bring FNG down? They do. First blood goes to Kuro. He is the carry now. So we'll get that bonus goal to start things off in this lane. Off to a great start for Nigma up top. Looking at some of these other matchups. 10-4 on FN's Pugna. As he's doing excellently against the Weehaw Timbersaw early. Is this sort of expected in a 1v1? Would you consider Pugna the stronger hero?
Early levels, yes, because of the Decrypify, he almost used all of his mana, and V didn't use pretty much any of his. So once he starts using that Whirling Death to secure the creeps, if he gets Decrypified, he's still gonna catch up. There's no way you kill Timbersaw in this lane. Once he gets level 3, level 5, harassment is pretty much not gonna do anything Fisher block.
See, again, if they can find the follow stun this time, FNG's able to juke it, but he's still getting brought down incredibly low. Jump forward here as GH moves in. Another kill for Nigma with this tri-lane. Excess Vampires now finally come across to try and do something in return, but still it's hard to fight into these heroes now that they've got this sort of early power peak. As they're looking for Dream. Dream does hit the level 3. GH trying to block him off. He'll be able to pounce away in time. Vampire also rolling in, but now Vampire, he's put himself in an awkward position. GH, Fisher entirely off the mark. Maybe just an attempt to block him, but it won't even be successful at that. It was maybe just with the player from the cookie. Miracle, he fuels GH, sends him forward. It doesn't matter that the Fisher didn't connect, as Excess Vampire will still die.
For a second, I thought that was Aghanim Scepter on Earthshaker already
it's
done.
Like these little jumps, it's like, hang on, what's going on? But no, it's Miracle cooking up those cookies. And GH, he's a huge fan of the stuff there, as it's getting them the kills every single time. Having this triple stun lineup up here makes it very hard for Gambit to play into.
What type of cookie do you think that is? Is it like chocolate chip? Is it?
Oh, I mean, I'd hope it's sort of white chocolate and raspberry. That's normally the kind of cookie I'm partial to.
Do you know that
yourself?
white chocolate is not actually a chocolate?
No, you don't. That's blasphemy. Don't say that. I love it. What about yourself? Oh yeah, you're more sort of an oatmeal kind of guy, or?
Soy milk? Ooh, yike.
So, I didn't say soy. I said oatmeal.
Oh, oatmeal. No, that's even worse.
Oh, that's worse.
I don't think I ever touched that in my life. It doesn't seem very tasty just by looking at it, you know?
Sure, it's not the prettiest of cookies, but it's not bad. You should go give it a chance sometime. But no, I'm sure Miracle's got a good selection. He's here to please. I'm sure he's got whatever his teammates like. All stored in the good old bag of Granny, ready to pop. Oh yeah, this top lane. See the CS. Slark's still farming. Despite sort of the chaos, 19 CS, it's not terrible. You know, the Dream's being able to find the creep wave because with this pressure, the wave has constantly been pushing in towards his tower. And now with having the backup of both supports, they are able to make space to allow Dream to get the farm in the lane. We're seeing bottom mind control, having no trouble at all down here. You know, Shashlo trying his best to trade farm, but mind control, of course, able to easily come out on top with the illusions. Just something that Shashlo's not going to be able to deal with really on his own at the early stages as a Doom. The illusions are just going to be able to trade with him much more successfully and contest CS much easier.
His armor is extremely low at the early levels, and he will get the farm. It's a solo lane Doom, which means Devour Gold will start kicking in. I'm afraid that he can't make enough moves. This Earth Spirit will need to do a lot. Like his catch potential from that roll, they're gonna rely on that so much.
Well,
oh, courier train.
Oh, he's gonna get the lessons as well. Kuro didn't get the memo. All right, Excess Vampire taking a bit of a page out of FNG's book from last game.
That's almost 100 gold for his team.
For everybody.
Yeah.
100, yeah, it's a lot of a
500
boost.
gold almost.
Easy money. That's all right.
Radiant's middle
top
tower
lane.
is under attack.
Kuro's farm still he's not doing great for the kills that they've found. Kuro's having trouble hitting the CS. As I see maybe them turn back towards action. FNG and Vampire trying to go in onto Miracle, but straight away with the Fisher, the stuns, it's just too much. It's so hard for Gambit to fight into this. Anytime they step forward, the hero just gets immediately punished. Both Vampire and Dream, they can't really turn up because they're these two melee heroes. If they get in, they're dead for sure. And even the Ench, even though she's got that range, she's just so squishy. One stun, and the combo's going to be there. She's going to get knocked out the lane every single time. They've got to be careful how they feed away kills to this lane, whereas I say Kuro, he's not necessarily farming the creeps, he's farming kills.
That's 3 stuns in this lane, which is pretty easy to set up. With the Fisher, pretty easy also to follow things up. Vampire wants to play some Observer Ward to hunt the couriers once again.
It seems to be what he is going to focus on. I mean, we talk obviously about the goal, but as we saw last game, it really wasn't enough to help Gambit. The courier killing not necessarily turning into a game win. As up top, an attempt with the roll-in. GH is able to juke it. Quick cookie forward, able to turn with a 3-man Fisher. As Vampire won't be able to have any further lockdown to chase them. Gambit just can't get in for the kills, even with his haste rune. FN's trying to chase on forward, but they don't have any follow-up. Excess Vampire already using the roll forward, doesn't want to dive any further towards the towers. This is a movement where FN gets nothing, and we are going to have a bit of time to start putting some pressure onto the Tier 1 mid with FN leaving for the moment.
That's not how you want to gank. There was the Observer Ward behind Tier 1 tower on the top lane also. He was just healing the creep instead of draining V's life.
Oh, there's the cookie forward. They're going to have the backup to get the kill. Miracle comes across to help out Weeha, and the cookie action from Miracle, he sure knows how to bake them. He's making so much happen. From that top lane, tri-lane, with cookie action to move in the mid, he's getting the kills done with the help of his teammates.
And now Timbersaw is level 7, 4 points in reactive armor, 1500 HP. You cannot kill this guy unless you pop a Doom. Shotchlow, level 7 casual, no points in Doom yet.
He may be in trouble here.
The last time I saw that was K1 was playing carry Doom.
As Shashlo is going to run. He's speedy with the phase and the scorched earth. Do they have anything else to catch him? Miracle. He's looking for the cast. He's going to have to slow in a second. Will clip him. Is it enough? The Fisher will be up in a second. Out it goes. Buying time for Mind Control to get in. He needs sort of a pocket proc on the passive if he wants to find this. Another cookie. Oh, it's
very nice dodge.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These cookies, even when they don't hit, causing a lot of problems for Gambit. I mean, so far, the role switch in this game, it's looking pretty good for Nigma. Miracle certainly knows how to play the Snapfire, and this tri-lane has given Kuro this decent start on the left. Still, the farm he's struggling with. They're seeing even on the top lane, the press they're putting, the Dream Slark is ahead of Kuro's Leshrac. Towards mid, turning towards FNG. We are going to cut across and start to force FN back. FNG needs backup. Excess Vampire's going to come in with the combo. Looks towards Miracle. They'll be able to turn and take him. Finally, getting the Snapfire off the map. It will cost FNG his life. But they do put an end to the reign that Snapfire was having up and down.
Doom has a point in his ulti, so someone should try to TP bottom. It's Vampire. He needs to step up.
Yeah, he's got to make a move now. You've got to use this power that Shashlo's hit. Try and punish Mind Control, as Mind Control's farm has been very solid down here. But the farm and the career kills is keeping Gambit even in net worth. Dream, he's level 8. Despite all the deaths that they were having up top, it hasn't knocked this Slark off his game.
It's hard to kill Slark right now. Okay, there it is.
This works just as good as a kill down bottom. The movement's made. They'll get the pick off. Dream, he's going to be focused. Does manage to juke out the stun, and he's healing up with the Shadow Dance, but they have the AoE. The Leshrac, just such a strong hero against the Slark, being able to reliably do damage through that ultimate.
Well, he overextended. Like, you should just be able to pounce away from their combo, use ulti and run away.
Yeah, I was just a little tempted with seeing Kuro as low as he was. Felt that he could get away with the kill. Wasn't to be the case. A 2k lead for Gambit. They're playing the farm well.
Yeah. A lot of that gold difference come from the 2 courier kills and the Doom's Devour. Like, look at the kills. 8-2 for Nigma, but Gambit is finding the farm on the map, plus those courier kills, of course.
And it's just sort of the question for Nigma in this lineup. When they do this sort of role switch up, sure, you know, mechanically they're going to have the abilities to make plays. What can they sort of lead that into? Mid lane, they will make that movement. They'll be able to get in on top of FN, see if they can get Vampire as well, and lay down the Magnetize. They're going to dive on forward. We are connect with the Timber Chain and a Chakram. The rotation comes in, Enigma, they'll clean up kills, and they'll also take this tier 1 tower nice and early here. 11 minutes in, it's gone.
Yeah. If Ice Frog is watching this from his office in Seattle, I hope he buffs Timbersaw a bit more. No, doesn't seem like balanced hero to me, huh?
I mean, maybe, who knows how the mind of the amphibious man works.
Dire's top tower is
Top
under
lane,
attack.
another tower, Nigma. In the matter of seconds, really, taking the mid and top tier 1 away without any reaction from Gambit. Maybe a little bit of a worry. We saw last game Gambit losing a lot of objectives and not really achieving much in return. This time round, still very early days. They're losing towers, but they are farming well. They're 3 cores in a grand place. It's just a question of what sort of item timing they're going to look to really make plays happening. As last game as well, we saw them farm well, but it never came together in time before Nigma was able to close down the game.
Pure damage, extremely efficient against Timbersaw, and Enchantress does not care about the armor.
Let's see if they can try and kill him off return. He's able to break the drain here with the Timber Chain. They do also have Shashlo moving in for the side. He's going to go for the TP, but look who's there waiting for him. Shashlo in the perfect place, as we are felt he was safe enough to Timber and TP out. Was not the case. Gambit with a big kill here. Weeha was starting to get a little out of control around this middle lane. Talking about control, mind control, 2,400 gold into the defusal. This is, you know, not going to be a fun situation for the supports on Gambit in particular. Once that diffusal blade's done, these illusions are going to be pretty hard for the heroes of Gambit to clear out successfully.
Usually it's Manta style into Diffusal Blade. Like once you get Manta style, you have ways of dispelling the silences, the Cripify, and you farm more. So it's kind of a farming item you do not want to fight. But if he gets that Diffusal Blade, Nigma's saying, yeah, we want to take this fight, and he just bought two blades.
Yeah, he's going in on it. And talking about going in, Vampire is trying to go on to Mind Control. Mind Control has got the song available if he feels threatened. And he won't be feeling threatened at all, as he's got the TP backup from Kuro.
Oh,
GH
block.
there in. He's surrounded. He's stuck. FNG cannot escape with a Fissure from GH holding him into the cliff edge. As they're getting all of these kills. It really is such a similar situation to last game. Nigma, they're farming heroes. Gambit continue to farm creeps well. Down bottom, Dream gonna walk into Kuro. Dream with a consistent level advantage, but still scared. Kuro, as we saw before, as this Lesh does so much to the Slark through his ultimate. And of course, Dream not quite sure where the backup would be and doesn't want to make the same mistake as he made earlier when he overcommitted onto a Lesh.
A lot of this farm is shared between Kuro, We, and Mind Control. Like, if you're asking yourself who's the real carry here, I don't have an answer, but definitely Mind Control has a very good early game.
Mid, they're chasing. Ounce will be there. The 4 of them doing a good job. Miracle trying to save Weeha with the cookie. But they got it, Gambit. Sort of a second time now where Weeha's shown himself mid, and Gambit, they are using the abilities they have right now. They're a little bit more active than they were at this portion of game 1. They recognize that they cannot let Nigma get away with these constant kills that they're farming on the map, and they're reacting now.
GH is so close to Blink Dagger, 300 gold away. Oh, a little bit of a misused stun.
Oh, Doom's down on Kuro. It will be bounced away by the cookie. Can Gambit get in any deeper to continue to chase? Vampire goes forward, gets the Magnetize down onto the 3 of them. That's going to do a lot to Kuro. Kuro's got to split back with a song. Oh, it couldn't be better. Whoa! In slams there. Mind Control with the perfect song setup. It enables them to kill 4. They're going to kill 5. Vampire's done up in the tree. And Mind Control, a beautiful song. One of the best songs we've seen as Gambit. They just group up, and it was almost as if they forgot that the song would be there ready to do that.
Sign up for Eurovision, because this song was one of the best ones I've seen lately for sure. And they already used the Doom. They used the silence on Earth Spirit. Nothing he could do about it. It looked like it's going to be a disaster, but it's all it takes. One good song, even without the Blink Dagger on Earthshaker, they turn things around.
Yeah, and these sort of songs, there's a lot of potential for them to happen because of this draft from Gambit, going for these 3 melee heroes. You know, Slark, Spirit, and Doom, they all want to be on top of the target. So it's very hard for them to play in a way that doesn't end up in them all being very bunched up.
You said Slark's going to need a fast BKB. We're going to see that replay once again.
I mean, it was beautiful. As you said, as soon as he opened his voice, we are going to have to watch back in the action as they did poke at top. They took the tower. It did cost Kuro his life. Maybe Gambit can pick something else out of this here as GH, he's being chased. See if he's able to separate away from them. He has been decrepit live train, but the cookie's there to bounce him out. GH will live.
Slark going straight for that BKB after the Fusel Blade.
Now we'll get to see it now. I mean, he
First
deserves it. We've got to see it once more. Could not be any better for Nigma, taking down every single member of Gambit off the back of that Song of the Siren. Mind control, really making it work. Farmed excellently down bottom, and now his involvement, it couldn't be any better. As down bottom lane, they're able to take the creep away before TP's coming back towards the river. Dream finds Miracle alone. Turn over towards Weeha. They do end up killing off XS Vampire down on that bottom lane. Still, very satisfying to see Gambit play that a little more active than they did in game 1. Even though it did just result in them getting team wiped, but still the difference not really shown. You know, normally you expect a team wipe and then a considerable jump up in difference. It's only 2k gold in it, and Gambit know that they are still very capable of making plays right now, particularly with the Song of Siren on cooldown. They want to go, they want to find these pickoffs when Mind Control is not able to retaliate and turn the fight around.
It's really tough for them because catch is limited. Doom is used on a target. Earth Spirit needs to roll in. If there's a good Fisher to block them off, that Doom is just going to be used for nothing.
I'll see what they can do about Weeha. Definitely one of the trickier ones to go on. Shashlo, he's in though, and I say that, they make quick work of him. It's been a third time now where Weeha, they do have a considerable amount of magic damage to take this Timber Sword down in seconds. Slowing down Weeha's game and continuing to propel that off their 3 cores. You definitely have to be careful if you're Nigma about fighting around Gambit's lineup. Mind Control is back to finding space. He's 3-0-3 at the moment and he's pushing in top mid lane. They're getting in aggressive, going again, slamming them down, putting a stop to it all. Gambit, they try and get in, and aggressive. Kuro's going to tick down pretty low.
Oh, he's attacked Kuro.
Deny him. Miracle takes him out. As
a lot of pings coming on him.
Yeah, I mean, this is 2 times in mid where Gambit have just pushed a little too far, and Nigma, they've just punished them for it. First time around, it was 5 heroes. This time around, it's 3. They've got to be careful. Sure, the goals are that difference, but you've got to imagine the experience is really starting to add up for Nigma.
Problem
with these fights.
You have 3 melee heroes who need to get close against the Earthshaker Timbersaw. It's the perfect game. Miracle, 2 and 13 on this hero.
I mean, Dream, he's just trying to run into the 4 of them. He's kind of crazy. What's he doing?
That's what you call feeding, I guess.
I mean, yeah, textbook. That was not a great idea, and you can see it from a mile off. I mean, Gambit, I think sort of those plays in mid, Nigma just have shattered them, and now they're just looking completely lost.
Play stupid games, Owen, win stupid prizes.
Yeah. Oh dear, Gambit. A mistake too many, perhaps, as they've got to tighten it up. Now, with that, Nigma, they'll step away from Roche. There's 3 heroes down. They know how fast they can push with the Lesh. They'll just go back to taking away more map control. And of course, in turn, making it harder for Gambit to ever get over to that Roche pit to contest them.
DP is coming out. Lesh is ready to take a fight.
We'll see GH has got his blink back up. He's ready to close this gap. Keeping an eye on exactly where he's heading. See if he can find it once more. Shashto is speedy, but he's out of vision. And will have the speed to get away. GH won't quite be able to stay on target. Oh, I say that he's still thinking about going, but no further vision or connection. So Shashto will manage to walk away. And Enigma, they went for the tier 2, but they are still yet to go back into the pit. They do still respect the team fight that Gambit can bring. I mean, well, I say the team, it's not really much of a team fight. Gambit's strength's definitely in the pickoff area, which is something that they just haven't found any opportunity to do. Every time Nigma, they've been grouped up, ready to react, and they've got great counterplays. You go on a hero, they're going to get cookied out. They're going to get Song of Sirens, there's going to be the safety to walk away, or even a Fisher from GH who's just going to block off plays from Gambit.
Yo, there's a clumsy net. It's being pinged out for a very long time. Mind Control is like, dude, I already have net. I don't need a second one.
Yeah, double net action. I mean, there's a lot of heroes that will happily take it. Maybe even Kuro having some sort of setup for the stun can be incredibly reliable. And then into Roast they go. Last time, this, Gambit tried to head over here with Dream, ended up in a huge mess. They're not going to head over this time. Nigma having more space to take this Roast, get the Aegis onto Kuro. They'll head back over to mid, and it just feels like Gambit are slipping into sort of the same problems they had in game one. They're not being able to make any sort of plays with these heroes.
It feels like they're not playing Dota at the moment. There's no real motivation. It feels like Doom is used, and that's all. Let's run onto them.
See what they can get here, Shashlo. He's into the trees. What does he want to drop the Doom on? He's holding onto it for now. Doesn't want to drop it immediately onto GH. Will be set up by the Yules. They've got the combo. Slam's going to be out. GH will manage to get it. There's the BKB. Shashlo putting the Doom down onto a full HP Weehaw. So Weehaw will be fine. He just won't be able to use any abilities for now. FNG's turned upon. They've lost 1-for-1 here at the moment as both supports will fall. But Nigma, they're ready to keep this fight going. The Doom, it's about to win. Snapfire cookie forward as Timbersaw bounces onto Shashlo's Doom. It's 2 dead on them. FN, he's separated. The song setup's there, buying time for Kuro to head over and help Mind Control kill off the Pugner. As here they have it. FN, he cannot run. Sorry, it wasn't Kuro, it's just Miracle. Everybody else comes over to see the death of FN once more. It is getting bloody right now. 26-8. Gambit, they just haven't been able to find any sort of play going their way.
Such a tough Doom game to start with. You do not have a clear target. If you don't Doom Naga Siren, she's just going to use ulti and you will run away. Mind Control without mana at the moment.
And
Cookie
again,
connects.
the stuns, it's too much for Dream to deal with. Vampire rolls in. He is almost certainly going to fall. No way out.
It's a nightmare for Dream.
It's looking a little bit hopeless now for Gambit. I don't know how they can swing this one back in. It's 8K not necessarily the scariest of disadvantage to be at, but it's just the draft, the lineup. What can it do against these heroes when it's behind? Nigma, they're going up to the high ground, fighting around the tier 3s. It'll be okay here as he's got enough regen, having the pipe. He's far too tanky. And this whole game, Mind Control, he's just been allowed to free farm. 13,000 net worth at the moment at 23 minutes in. And Shashlo, he's popped the BKB, but it's just a BKB, a walk-in, a hello, and a goodbye. So what can they do inside the base? Losing heroes, unable to push Nigma back. They'll take this tier 3 tower, Nigma.
Time to back off. Or is it?
I mean,
it was just Kuro with Boots of Travel tipping, with the TP scroll tipping back, has Boots of Travel to come back into a team fight. Also, V causing a lot of issues. Echo.
GH is in. Slam's there as well as the fish at the Snapfire ult. Mortimer's Kiss is raining down from above. They will be able to split get away. The combo this time won't kill them. So that is a couple of ults down from Nigma. Doesn't get the job done. Onto Gambit. In the trees, though, they've found excess Vampire out and alone outside of the base. No chance for him to escape. Greaves done on Miracle, so the aura's building up for Nigma. They really can now just stay sat outside the base of Gambit. They've got the sustain to keep themselves here. Maybe.
Mark once again.
They'll get him once.
That's a lot of damage.
Let's see what they can find off the back of that first kill. Can they get more? GH throwing the Fisher out. The Doom has been dropped onto Weehaw. Weehaw's going to need assistance. He's stuck inside of the base here. Kuro outside goes for the Yules combo onto FN, but won't be able to execute it. They do lose Weehaw. The Doom's successful this time. With him as deep as he was, Nigma could not get him out. Now Gambit, it's their time to strike. They've got to hit back hard. They'll look towards Miracle. The rest of Nigma get themselves away. Miracle goes to the TP out, but Vampire cancels the TP. A double kill. Finally, Gambit able to get together some sort of play as Nigma, they just dived that little bit too deep. Weehaw caught on the high ground, no backup can get to him. Gambit will finally push back Nigma.
But on the top lane, meanwhile, Naga Siren almost took the full melee Raxus. That connects. Vampire, we talked about how he needs to be more active, redeem himself for a bad game in game number 1. And right now he's doing it. He's been waiting 20-25 minutes.
Yes, kills like those. in this sort of part of the game. You know, this is, you know, everything's against Gambit now. They're holding the base. It's hard. Mind Control's farm does continue to spiral out of control. When he starts to build into that heart, he is going to be a huge issue. Not that he isn't one already. I mean, he's 6-0-8. They've been unable to do anything about the Naga Sirens game. This is not an easy comeback for Gambit, but maybe there's some way they can make it happen. Nigma, they have had big leads before where they've made these sort of mistakes. Cores have been going up to high ground unnecessarily, and then the turnaround has come into play. Gambit, there's still a glimmer of hope for them.
There is, but this Slark needs to be more careful. Also, what Nigma needs to do is kill that Pyjamas ward. It dismantled Lashrak in the previous fight.
Outside the base once more. That's GH. He's there waiting for an opportunity to jump in if Gambit do overcommit onto Weeha. They'll present the Timber at the front. GH, he's just got to wait for the counterplay. No need to reveal himself until that is required. FNG starting to harass Weeha a bit with the impetus. The Greaves are out. GH does step forward.
Oh, Siege. Illyraxes are gone.
It's down. Nigma, they get what they came for on this top lane. We'll see if they want to reposition elsewhere and try to repeat the play on the mid as they do swing around. Over to the mid they go. As Dream still about 1,400 gold away from having the BKB done, and until that point, his impact in the fights is not going to be great. There's far too many stuns for him to really head in. Desperately needing that item pickup before Gambit can really use the Slark to his full power. FNG's stepping out with the smoke, trying to scout, see if there's anyone close by on the high ground to break it. They've got the ward down, so they do see Nigma's positioning. They know that GH is separated from the squad, and they'll try and find him, but GH is quick with the blink. Over he goes, up to the hills, and he's out. And now Weeha heading in, tries to punish Gambit for this attempt to try and grab onto Shaker, but they won't get it.
If they can get a good song just to cancel the whole fight once Doom is used, I think they're just going to go in and finish the game.
And Mind Control is, he's just sort of a whole nother problem for Gambit. How on earth do they deal with this Naga Siren? It's 9k lead, 30-11, 28 minutes in. The always continuing to be held right up to the doors of the base of Gambit. Nigma eyeing up that second set of melee racks. We'll see what they can get. The Illusions slowly sieging down the mid-tier 3 tower. And Dream, he's just pushing out top, does come back, was trying to get as many waves as he could, and he got enough. The BKB now done on Slark. They have got those items, both FN and Dream with BKBs ready to fight with.
This is what Nigma does. They come inside your base, forcing you to make a move, make a mistake, and this is where they shine. Like, they're so far ahead right now that you can't afford to make a mistake. No buybacks. Only Doom has a buyback on Gambit's side.
Understandable. You know, Gambit, there's no way they're winning fights without investing fully in these items. They've gone fully in with these purchases, trying to do something on this bottom. They've got to somehow get Weeha away as he is slowly tickling down the tower. Shashlo is able to get in and find the Doom onto the Naga Siren, but he's already separated. He's able to get away. FN committing with the BKB. GH and Weeha trying to sneak away in the trees. Weeha turns with the Chakram. Jump forward.
That's a big kill.
He's getting life drain down low. They'll kill off the Shaker. Now they've got to look for more. Shashlo and Dream continuing to commit in the trees. Roll forward. They found Kuro. They've silenced him up. He's using up the Earthspread in response. The Smortimus kisses are coming down. Dream, he's trying to fight on into the three of them. Pots the BKB in the Shadow Dance, but he has to run. Excess Vampire's down for a minute. No buyback. Shashlo, he'll pop the BKB, but the 4 members of Nigma will continue to chase him down. He's got decent movement speed, but the BKB ends. He's netted up. He'll fall. He does have buyback himself, but that was Gambit's attempt to fight with these newly picked up BKBs, and it didn't do enough. They kill the Shaker, but they get nothing else, and they lose 2 of their own.
When you see your Slark with BKB and ulti running away, you know it's time to write something in the old chat.
It doesn't feel great when you see that item and ability active at the same time. It's not been the way you want to take the fight. These bottom racks, Gambit, they're just going to have to watch them go.
Miracle did a good job in the previous fight. He got rid of that ward from Pogna with his third ability. Just insta-kills it.
And there we go. Bottom racks taken. Nigma, they know that they can start to just threaten the tier 4 towers. It's been very hard for Gambit to push them off any of the barracks. Pushing them off the tier 4s is going to be just as impossible as it seems. Dream forced to pop the Shadow Dance. GH is in with the Echo Slam. They have the control through the Shadow Dance. Dream, he'll pop the BKB, but he's dead and gone. 70 seconds, no buyback. Vampire tries to roll away, but Kuro gets in, blocks him off. Vampire will fall as Nigma, they pretty much have just done it here. GG is indeed called as Nigma will take game 2. The series is theirs 2-0 as they knock Gambit down and out. And they did it. They proved something to the critics. I don't know quite what, but they made these role swaps once again. This time, it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Mind controls Naga Siren. It was flawless. He played this game as if he's been playing carry his whole life.
0 deaths on Naga Siren. I feel like Nigma did not give opportunity to Gambit.